Hello, my name is Eli Morse of the Co-op Food Stores. At the Culinary Learning Center, we offer dynamic participatory cooking classes. We also host local farmers and producers and get to know them on a personal level. Today we host Justin Dain of Pine, who will demonstrate a few of his signature dishes. Welcome, Justin.
Now that it's getting colder outside, we're going to start to think of some nice fall flavors, and duck confit is one of my favorites. It's something I've used in many different recipes, and this one happens to be something we've done in Pine since the opening. Just changed a little bit here and there. Today we're going to be doing some fresh fettuccine pasta, a little bit duck confit, some broccoli raw, bacon, Parmesan cheese, a little garlic and chilies. It doesn't get much better than that. So what we're going to do is start with our pasta. We're going to start rolling it out. This is a semolina pasta dough. We do equal parts egg yolks and eggs, and then in a Hobart machine we fold in semolina flour until it becomes a nice firm dough. I'm going to keep passing this through the machine until it becomes the right thickness for what we're going to be doing. And again, today, like I said, we're making fettuccine. So we're going to just keep on adding some semolina while we're working, just to keep it pliable and so it doesn't stick to our board. Pasta in the fall time is one of my favorite things, especially when you're using something like duck confit. It's duck legs that we cure overnight with a little salt, brown sugar, and black pepper. We have thyme in between the legs just to give it some thyme flavor as well. Once it's been cured for 24 hours, we'll then rinse off the cure and then confit it in duck fat. Confit means to cook in fat. So we cook it in duck fat very low for about 300 degrees covered for about 4 hours until it's very tender. It makes it delicious and it really goes well with this dish. All right, looks like we have enough pasta here. This is some excess we can use for later. What we're going to do is just slide it over here. Be careful to fold it down just right so it doesn't stick. What I'm going to do is add my attachment here. And we're just going to start folding through the dough, right through the fettuccine attachment. And you can get many different attachments for these machines. Fettuccine, linguine, fettuccine is one of my favorites, especially for fall. You want something that's a little thicker, that's going to really hold up to the duck. And I just cut it and I portion it as we go. And I'll do this, we'll do these in for the restaurant, about 3.5 ounce portions. Again, you can just eye the size that you would like. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start sauteing our garlic in extra virgin olive oil. You want to start with about 2 ounces of extra virgin olive oil. You're going to add your garlic. I'm going to turn my pan up here to get nice and warm. Again, you want about 1 garlic clove for each order. What I'm going to do is just start to slowly saute this. And again, you want this to start to become a little bit brown on the edges, and that's when you know it's going to be ready. So I'm just going to move the garlic around. It's really going to flavor that oil. We're starting to see some brown on one of the pieces. I'm just going to pull it off the heat to adjust it. I don't want it to burn. What I'm going to do is add salt, chili flakes, give it a little spice, saute that for a second, and I'm just going to pull this off for a moment. At this point, what I'm going to do is drop our fettuccine. And it's always important to drop fresh pasta into salted boiling water. Any pasta should be dropped into salted boiling water. So we're going to take 1 order, drop it into the water. Just going to stir it up a little bit to make sure it doesn't clump up. Fresh pasta you got to be careful with, especially if you're using it right away. What we do in the restaurant is we'll dry this. I'll let it sit on the counter and I'll toss it with a flour and let it dry, and then I'll portion it into 3.5 ounce portions. At this point, we're going to add our broccoli raw to the pan. Our bacon. Our bacon was rendered down. I take whole slabs of pork belly, or bacon, and I cut it into lardons, and then we slowly cook it to render it down. So on pickup for in the restaurant, it's very quick. So I'm just going to take this, saute it. At this point, I'm going to add the duck confit. Just warm this through. Again, it's already been cooked, so we're just trying to warm it through. I'm going to add a little bit of veg stock, a little bit of butter, and then we're going to go in with our fresh pasta. So the pasta looks perfect. Again, fresh pasta takes about 60 seconds to cook. We're going to add that in. And then we also have our pasta water if we need to use that to thicken the sauce. This I think will be all right. So we're going to saute this, just bring everything together, I'll check the seasoning as well. It's perfect. Add a little black pepper. A little bit of Parmesan. Turn the heat off now. And now we're just going to bring everything together. Make a nice creamy sauce for the pasta. Very simple, classic dish. It's really great. For plate up, it's very simple. What we're going to do, just put it right in the bowl. Garnish with some more fresh Parmesan cheese. Some fresh chives. And that's it. That is our duck confit dish at Pine.